Hello, and welcome to another episode of Farmers Morning Cafe on your own favorite agricultural themed TV channel, O.O.K Farms TV and radio. Farmers Morning Cafe, it's a TV program where we gather together to dive into issues affecting our farmers that has to do with the agricultural production in Nigeria and the world at large. My name is Omolaraa Svesson. Today, we are going to be talking about food scarcity. Food scarcity is a problem we all are facing at the moment on Earth. This is not a problem that is um, significant to just Nigeria or Africa as a continent. This is a major problem that every part of the world is facing at the moment. What is food scarcity? What causes food scarcity? What can be done to avoid or to take us out of the current state that we are now and to avoid the reoccurrence of it in the future? These are all the interesting and enlightening topics that we are going to be talking about today on your own favorite program, Farmers Morning Cafe, on your one and only agricultural themed TV station. So please tell a friend to tell a friend and all your enemies to please tune in, join us. Let us all dive into these topics, these issues that is affecting every single one of us. Share the link. We're on Facebook, we are on Instagram, O.O.K Farms Radio TV, and on YouTube, we are O.O.K Farms. Or you could just watch live on our website, ookfarmstv.com.ng. Or you could download our app on Android, O.O.K Farms. We'll take a quick short break and I'll see you after the break. Thank you. Welcome back. This is Farmers Morning Cafe on your one and only agricultural TV station. Today we're looking into food scarcity. Would all recollect, I think it was on the 13th of September 2023 that the new administration on the president, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, declared state of emergency on food security in Nigeria as a nation. Now, this threw a lot of Nigerians into a panic mood, and it is so expected. But before we go further, we need to understand food scarcity in Nigeria. What are the causes of food scarcity in Nigeria? There are multiple factors to this. There is so few reasons why we have food scarcity in Nigeria. First of all, there is rapid increase in our growth. People are giving birth every day. There was a report I saw of how Nigerians relaxes. So we all know that Nigeria is a country that has numbers. We are reproducing on a daily basis, so the mouth to feed, it increases. Now, the as we are increasing in numbers, what measures are we as a people or even our government taking to make sure that the extra mouth that we are adding into our population are also being looked out for and are being catered for? The urbanization as well doesn't really hasn't really helped us. I mean, there are so many farmlands that has now been developed into modern estates. All these little villages are now being developed into towns and cities and all of that. This also has contributed to food scarcity in Nigeria, and also the increase for in demand for food. And this increase, of course, is caused because there is much more mouth to feed. We are one of the fastest uh, um, I don't want to use the word growing, multiplying country in the world where people give birth like in its hundreds on a daily basis, if not, yeah, hundreds, I'm certain, on a daily basis in Nigeria. So the request and the demand for food increases on a daily basis. Now, let us take all of these factors as okay, they are there, you know, but we still can meet up with the food that we consume. Why are we not meeting up to food, to meeting up to the production for the food that we consume as a nation? The main reason here is that we as a people, we have misplaced our priorities. That's the truth. And what is our priority that we have misplaced? We have taken focus, we the people and the government had shifted focus completely from agriculture. That didn't start today. Over the past decades, we've shifted focus from agriculture to crude oil. Everything has to be, oh, crude oil. I want to get into oil and gas. Not saying that crude oil is bad. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be this. And you can't be any of this without agriculture. That's the truth. Because to start with, the simplest part of it is everyone must eat. Everybody must eat. That's like the lowest hanging fruit when we're discussing this. Everyone must eat. So you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be an accountant, you want to go into banking, you want to go into oil and gas. First of all, you need to eat. You have to be healthy. For you to be healthy, you need good food. But because we have misplaced our priorities, we've shifted focus from the farmers, from farming, from agriculture for too long. So the needs of our farmers has been neglected for too long. Priority that is supposed to be placed into agriculture and food production has been neglected for too long. And that this exactly this is the reason, the main reason why we now have what we call state of emergency when it comes to food we consume as a nation. I mean, the rest of the world suffers similar problem, not as deep as Nigeria is suffering it, and not for the reasons that Nigeria is suffering it. For some parts of the world, they're not as blessed as Nigeria. They can't cultivate or harvest um, more than once a year if they do not use the help of technology and modern and mechanized farming. Excuse me. The other some other parts of the world is based on the political issues. Some is as a result of war in Ukraine, some is as a result of natural disasters like COVID-19. But we're talking about Nigeria today. I mean, and we have no reason being in the situation that we have found ourselves today. That's the truth. We have no reason being in this situation, very, very ugly situation that we have found ourselves today. And we're only in this situation today because our government and we, the people, had misplaced our priorities. We had even we misplaced our priorities so much that we had even failed to train our children to understand the importance of agriculture and the importance of them being able to grow the food that they consume. Now it seems like we're waking up. But the question comes up again is, aren't we waking up too late? Can this still be rectified? Is there solution to our problem? Or are we going to continue to live in a state of emergency when it comes to the food that we consume? And you all know what they say about a nation can't produce what she eats. This is a topic that breaks my heart each time I think of it, let alone talk about it on national television. The size of arable land we have in Nigeria, nothing stops Nigeria from being the food basket of the world. And as I proudly do say, nothing stops your state, my own state, from being Nigeria's food basket. This is how blessed we are naturally. But when you misplace your priority and you neglect your main and your very source of sustenance. This is what happens. We have neglected agriculture for too long. We have misplaced our priority. Our source of sustenance is agriculture, whichever way it is you want to look at it. Even the oil and gas is being drilled from the ground. So, what excuse or excuses do we have? But on today's show, we are going to be looking at what steps you and I, as an individual, needs to take to survive through this period of emergency, state of emergency, and food scarcity in Nigeria, first off. And secondly, we're going to be looking at how you can turn this around to make money. And third but not the last, we're going to be looking at how you, as an investor or as an entrepreneur, can also not only make money but contribute to getting or steering Nigeria out of this ugly situation that Nigeria has found herself. Now, before we go into that, I would like for us to talk a little bit about Nigerian farmers, really, because I've been in a couple of situation, meetings, social gatherings where a lot of faults were being thrown as Nigerian farmers. Oh, the farmers are this, the farmers are that, the farmers are that. Nigerian farmers are very, very resilient. They are rugged. I personally can tell you for free that I do not think I know of any other country in the world where the farmers are as resilient and as rugged as Nigerian farmers. Because so far, until recently, and when I say recently, I mean like recently, like yesterday, Nigerian farmers get zero support from the government. Zero support. The support that Nigerian farmers are getting from government now, I can't even quantify it because it's not even up to 5%. And that's the truth. And I know because I am one of them. So it's we can't blame our farmers. Let's start with basic infrastructures. I mean, we're thanking God now. The security situation seems to be taking some shape in a positive direction. But as of 1 year ago, 2 years ago, farmers can't even leave their homes to go to the farm safely without looking behind their shoulders to start with. And we're surprised that we find ourselves where we are. There are no solid grants or loans that is not killing for farmers to access. First of all, the requirement for a farmer to get a loan, it's cumbersome. If a farmer wants to get a loan, for instance, 25 million naira, and you ask the farmer to provide a landed property that is worth 3 times what he or she wants to access. If that person has a property that is worth 75 million, why would he be looking for money for a loan that he would have to pay interest on? Wouldn't he rather lease out his property or even sell it to put into his business? Access to funding, and not just funding from commercial banks that asks, like I said, asks you to bring an arm and a foot. Access to training. Everything is changing by the day. We know. We all know it. In all sector, we keep saying mechanized farming, mechanized farming, mechanized farming. Oh, what's part of the government is teaching our farmers mechanized farming? Where are our research centers? I mean, government research centers, what's happened to them? When with all the research centers, how do we get information to these farmers? Where are the training centers? Where are the agri extension centers? None is functioning. Not that they're not there, I beg your pardon. And now let's move forward from access to funding and security. Infrastructure. So when you even struggles to keep yourself safe on the farm, you struggle to get access to funding. How do you get to and fro your farm? The road network, it's zero. So far that Nigerian farmers have been able to bring us this far, they deserve, honestly, serious accolades and awards. Because if not their resilience, I honestly do not know where we would be as a people right now. Now let's move forward to the aspect where what you need to do to protect yourself and your family from uh 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 well, I wouldn't, maybe I shouldn't use the word protect. I mean to be able to survive through this state of emergency on food security. Do not move a muscle, but if you have to, make sure you're sharing the link with your loved ones. We'll be back shortly. Thank you.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all you agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture. Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, right network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our
Welcome back to O.O.K Farms TV, and this is your favorite show, Farmers Morning Cafe, coming to you every Monday morning, 11 a.m. Nigerian West African time. And my name remains the same, Omolaraa Svesson. Today we're looking into food scarcity in the world, and especially the state of emergency on food security that was declared by the federal government under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the 13th of July 2023. And we've been talking about what, what the causes of food scarcity in Nigeria, what has led us to this very, very sad situation that we find ourselves in. We would also have been talking about the farmers and the challenges that our farmers are facing when it comes to food production in Nigeria. As I said before we went on the break, I said today we're going to be looking at how you as a person and your family and your society, what steps you can take into making sure that you survive through this difficult period of food scarcity in Nigeria. Now, please come closer. We're all guilty of this. As a people, as a nation, we have to stop wasting food. The amount of food we waste in our homes, it's alarming. I mean, I wish some people, someone somewhere, we do a documentary on this, go to into our homes, our restaurants, our cafeterias, the amount of food we waste. It's a complete subject. It's a complete episode on its own. We need to stop wasting food. That is one. Secondly, as a people, as an individual, we need to look into diversification. So you have to start looking into how you can invest in agriculture as a side hustle, as they say these days, or as your second income. And this doesn't necessarily have to be on a large scale. You could start by all the chili pepperodos that most of it that we consume in my house, especially when I need a fresh sliced rodo for frying of eggs or whatever. It's been plucked in my compound. I don't pay for scent leaf if I want to make pepper soup. So if I so wish, could actually be selling scent leaf to my neighbors. That's diversification. It's not until you have 1 acre of farmland somewhere, you know. And we're so blessed in this country that as long as pepper is growing in your compound, there's practically nothing you cannot grow in your compound. Let's take it a bit further. Invest into 1 acre of land, cultivate anything. Ugu, ewedu, pepper, things that, and like the pepper in my compound, I didn't cultivate it. It's because when they finish, they pour water. There is pepper seed in it. The pepper start growing. No be today, you don't take. Do you understand? So look into ways at which you can also diversify. You can also contribute to growing what you eat. I'm going to talk about how you can invest properly as a person, but let's start from that. So instead of you buying, oh well, there is no more 200 naira uh rodo in the market that can make any sense to you these days with the price of transportation and all of that. So for you to even just buy, oh, let me have fresh rodo in my fridge for when I want to make food, like fried eggs, like I said earlier, it has to be like 500 naira, the least, or they give you that two 250, to get that 500 or something. So if you don't need to buy that from the market anymore because you have it in your garden or in your flower pot or in your vase in your kitchen, for those that lives in a flat or that does not have a garden, you necessarily technology has made these things very easy. Go on Google, go on YouTube, how you can cultivate your own chili peppers in little jars, little flower jars in your own home. You're reducing the pressure on the market. That's it. It's as simple as that. So if you consume 10 chili in a week, for instance, and you have a mug that produces 10 chilies a week, or I don't know, and you have like 3 or 4 of that, your mouth is -1 of the pressure that is in Bodija market. It may not mean, you may think it doesn't make any difference. It goes a long way, because if we have 100 people like you, there will be enough rodo in the market for people to buy. The little contribution is what comes together and becomes a big deal. And let's reduce waste. These are ways that we also. I know of someone that everything she grows, she started as she was going to be eating in her house. She's not selling to her neighbors. So from time to time, she sells tomato to her neighbors for 1,500, 300. But whatever it is reducing the pressure on the food in the market. Now let's just move on to how you can invest, proper investment as a person. That is why you have O.O.K Farms. Call us on 0816 111 2003 plus 234 0816 111 2003. With us, you can buy an acre. Now, if you do not know what an acre of land is, it's 6 plots of land. Gives you an acre of land cleared, ready to cultivate in Okyogun, in Oyo State, for 450,000 naira. And you can cultivate that 1 acre of land with cassava with not less than and not more than 300 to 350,000 naira. That, of course, will give you about 15 metric tons. and you still have your cassava stem to sell. So let's even say you're selling your cassava at 50,000 naira per metric tons. Do the maths. At least you've recovered the money you have paid on the land back. And if you still cannot afford to buy a land, we also lease land out. Now, if you are too, I don't want farming problem, I don't want stories, I don't know how to take risk and all of it, you know, start something on the side. We have clients that are bankers that all they do is they get us to package shea butter for them, get us to package chili peppers for them, and they sell to their colleagues. That farmer that we're using in the farm to process your chili pepper or your shea butter is being assisted. Let everybody see agriculture, agribusiness as their business. And the beautiful part of it is that you definitely would make returns on your investment. Now, don't get me wrong, it may not be as you would make if you were doing oil and gas, but slow and steady is better than nothing. And let's not even just look about the profit you're making, you're reducing the stress on our farmers. You're contributing to steering us out of state of emergency when it comes to food security in Nigeria. Everyone has a part to play. To start with, we don't have enough farmers. All our farmers are old. The youngsters, you guys are not interested in farming, in agriculture. And I don't blame you. It is because we have misplaced our priorities as a people. And you do not have the right orientation. You need to be reoriented. You need to understand agriculture. You need to see the sustainable and enormous opportunity and wealth that is there in agriculture and especially agribusiness. So part of your contribution as a Nigerian will be to look deeply into the agricultural sector and see where you can also invest in and tap into the enormous opportunity. Now, as you're tapping into this sustainable and enormous opportunity, making money for yourself, you also are helping your country at large. Because if we continue the way we are now, in another 5, 10 years, we would have serious problem. Something has to shift. We just need to get our priorities right. And that's nothing other than without food, you can't be nothing. It's just as simple. That's like the simplest part of it. We all need to eat, don't we? Now, as an investor, you're looking into, okay, when there is shortage of anything in the world, that is when any smart investor will look into going into that and see how you can add value by your by investing in the sector. And as you add value, definitely value would come back to you. You know, it's simple on this. Again, I'm not going to talk. I don't have to talk much. Contact us at O.O.K Farms. We do contract farming. We have different stages of investment for proposed for interested investors. You can do commodity trading. We can help you to pack and rebrand to brand or rebrand your product. We do consultation if you want advice on where to put your leg, where to put your money, where your mouth is, as they say. We are your one-stop hub for all of this. But as an investor, I seriously advise that you consider and you look into investing in the agricultural sector, especially when we talk about agribusiness. But again, you need to apply caution, and that's why when it comes to making all of these decisions, and that's why I would say that give us a call on +234 0816 12003 at O.O.K Farms, or visit our website www.ookgroup.ng, and we would be more than happy to assist you, because as you invest and you make money, we all make money together, and there will be more and more food for our consumption as a nation. Now, please share the link, share the good news to all your friends and your enemies and your loved ones, and I'll see you after the break. Thank you.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, right network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our
Welcome back to your favorite agricultural television, O.O.K Farms TV. My name is Omolaraa Svesson, and this is your favorite farmers show, Farmers Morning Cafe, coming to you from O.O.K Farms TV every Monday, 11 a.m. Nigeria, West African time. Today we've been talking about food scarcity in the world, and especially in Nigeria. We've spoken about how we found ourselves here, why we found ourselves here, what steps we can take as an individual and as a people to steer us out of this ugly situation that we have found ourselves. We've spoken about why it is important as investors and even individuals to look into investing in agriculture and especially agribusiness, because at the end of it all, it's going to be a win-win thing. You make money on your investment while you're reducing the pressure on the food market. We've spoken about all of this, but there are two more points we would need to quickly touch on before we go on to talking to you about our services and products at O.O.K Farms, and of course about the paid adverts that we have on the show for you today. Um, the next point we need to talk about, it has to do with our government. We at O.O.K Farms would like to use this medium to reach out to our government to please take agriculture more seriously, not just by saying they would, but actually take the right steps in the right direction to make sure that our farmers get the right support that they need. Security, access to funds, and this time around, please, government, when we say we need grants and loans, we're not talking about political farmers. We're not talking about academic farmers or academical farmers, whichever English language suits that. We're talking about the real farmers, because we all know that these grants has been existing. They're there in our constitution and they get disbursed every year, but we don't see them in the farms. It's the truth. The real farmers don't see these monies. So we're using this opportunity to plead to the new administration on the leadership of President Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu to please, sir, make sure of it that these grants and these loans are getting to the real farmers, not political and elite farmers. I think that is the word to use. Thank you so much, and we have so much hope that there will be serious changes especially since your announcement on state of emergency on food security on the 13th of July. Now back to us. This is to everyone that considers themselves to be an entrepreneur. Um, and I say it all the time. The best gospel we should preach, we should be preaching to everyone now, is for you to be an entrepreneur in your own capacity. Being an entrepreneur doesn't mean you have to be an Otedola or a Dangote. If you're working in the bank and you're doing your side businesses, you're selling packed gari, packed ugu, right? You're an entrepreneur, none here. That's it. Now, to every single person that can afford to contribute to the agricultural sector when it comes to training our farmers, our interested farmers, please let us do so. For instance, at O.O.K Farms, we have O.O.K Agribusiness Academy. Send someone, send your cousin, send your friend, send your girlfriend, send your boyfriend, invest in the agricultural sector. you know all of these university students that are now, I don't know if they've resumed or if they're just going on holiday. You are in secondary school, senior secondary school. Take an agric extension course. You have children that are in SS1 above. Send them to an agric extension course. Believe me, you come back to say thank you to O.O.K Farms. You are a honorable, a chief, a doctor, whoever it is that you are, send someone in your life for an agric course. We recommend O.O.K Agribusiness Academy, of course, but if it's not convenient for you to come to us, look for one around your area, look for one online, train someone, invest in someone that you see that is already in the agribusiness sector. These are measures we need to take, not only to steer us out of this ugly situation, because I do not mean to scare anyone. We are in a bad situation when it comes to food security in Nigeria. That is the truth. There is no sugarcoating it. And all of these steps that we have mentioned on the program today are the right steps in the right direction to steer us out of this ugly situation that we find ourselves, and to make sure that we don't find ourselves here in another 20 years from now. I mean, the other day I was coming back from the farm. This is so, I don't know, it's ironically, I was coming from the farm where I could have had, I don't know, 100 cups of corn if I'd wanted to. And I bought this very tiny corn for 100 naira. I was hungry. You know, it's not funny. I had to. So please, let us all play our role. And you, as an entrepreneur, as a parent, as a father, as a mother, as an uncle, as an honorable, as a chief, as an elder statesman, the way you can do that is to train our youths, our youngsters about agriculture. So please today, make it your point. If you're interested in sponsoring any of our cooperative members, for instance, or we have a list of youths that are interested in taking a course at our agribusiness academy, but they can't afford it. If you're interested in sending anyone or sponsoring anyone, please reach out to us at O.O.K Farms on +234 0816 111 2003, or visit our website ookgroup.ng, or send us an email on info@ookgroup.ng. That is it for today. Now we're going to the segment where we talk about our services, our products, and also we advertise products that has been paid for advert promo. I'll be right back. Don't move a muscle. Thank you.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all you agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, right network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our wealth.
Welcome back to your favorite agriculture TV channel. Today on Farmers Morning Cafe, we have been looking at food scarcity in the world and especially Nigeria. In the past 50 minutes thereabout, we've looked into why we are where we are, what the cause of food scarcity, what has been the cause of the food state of emergency on food security is in Nigeria, what were the causes or what are the causes, and we'd also spoken about what steps we can take as a people, as individuals, to make sure that we stay out of this safely and we do not find ourselves back where we are in another 10, 15, 20 years down the line. We've also spoken to, as investors, what we should be doing now, and even as entrepreneurs, what we should be doing to help to steer us out of this ugly situation and to make sure that as a nation and as a people, we do not find ourselves here in the near future. We also touched on the government's role and what the government should be looking at and should be doing to save us all from this ugly situation. Now, we are the segment where we talk to you about O.O.K Farms. Now, O.O.K Farms is the mother company of O.O.K Farms TV that has brought you Morning Cafe, the Farmers Morning Cafe. And what do we do at O.O.K Farms? O.O.K Farms is best described as your one-stop shop for all your agricultural needs and agribusiness, of course. At O.O.K Farms, we do consultation when it comes to you want to go into farming, you don't know where to start, you do not have the time, you want to invest in commodity trading, or you need farm inputs, farm equipment, name it, or you need training. Our academy is there for you. And we also have our cooperative that we're actually very proud of. At O.O.K, at your O.O.K Farmers Multipurpose Cooperative Society, you get access to subsidized farm and equipment, farm inputs and farm equipment, all the way from the federal government and agri agencies. Yes, you do. As a member, you get access to affordable credits facilities, not those ones that they will say go and bring one arm, one food, and you have 90 days waiting period and all of that. No, not as a member of our cooperative, and then you have access to the right network. For everything agribusiness, agriculture, we have the right network for you at our Oyo O.O.K Farmers Multipurpose Cooperative Society. And also, if you need to lease or buy farmland, O.O.K Farms is the right person to point you in the right direction. Now, if you are in the industry already and you just need to create awareness for your product, hello, we are on your first ever agricultural themed TV. And we also have the radio. So we are your one stop. Whatever it is you want to do when it comes to agriculture or agribusiness, we are your one stop. O.O.K Farms TV and radio would expose you as a company, will expose your product, what you do to the right clients, to the right customers. They come up with jingles, video adverts, name it, just to make sure that you reach the right people in your line, in your sector, whichever sector you find yourself in the agricultural sector. So this is who we are at O.O.K Farms. We are your one-stop up for all agriculture and agribusiness related matters. Now, today on the program, we have actually three products that we want to share with you. The first one is the one I've been talking about it for over a month now, and it's the Green Shield Accident Cover Policy. We are in partnership with Mutual Benefit Assurance, is an insurance company, and we've been talking about the importance of you securing yourself against any form of accident, not just as a farmer, as a person. And this Green Shield cover covers you um air, land, and sea accidents. So we've spoken at length about this cover, and we're happy to see the response that we've gotten so far. But please spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Mutual Benefit Assurance, we have done our homework. Trust us, we will not bring anything we cannot vouch for to you on this TV channel. The the accident cover is just 2,500 naira per annum, and believe me, it is worth it. Some of the benefits is 20,000 naira hospital expenses, 350,000 naira should you get a body parts deformed or cut off, or um, temporary disability, and up to 750,000 naira in the on the unwanted event of a death of a loved one. The dead person's family gets up to 750,000 naira per policy, and also 20,000 naira funeral expenses. And you can also buy as many policies as possible. You could buy up to 10, 15, 20, 100 units if you so wish. And you do not need any medical test. You don't have to carry out any medical test to buy these policies. The only clause is you have to be between the ages of 18 and 59 to be qualified for this accident green shield cover from Mutual Benefit Assurance in partnership with O.O.K Farms. We should also plan our lives. It's not all the time we wait on the government or agri agencies to attend to little problems that we could have sorted out by putting our life in by having a proper plan for ourselves and our workers and our loved ones. Yes, that is that with the insurance. Also, in partnership with All Farmers Association of Nigeria or your state chapter, we have best prices for your fertilizers for this season. You're thinking of cultivating corn, dry season corn, or you're cultivating cassava or your vegetables or your soya. Contact us for your best prices from AFAN, All Farmers Association of Nigeria. If AFAN is selling you fertilizers, just go and sleep. We have NPK 1515, 2010, and also we do have urea. So please reach out to us and we'll give you the best prices available. Thank you. Now, one of our guys in the industry is no other person but Niji Foods. And I'm sure anyone that has been watching this program would know that we're always talking about him and the beautiful things he's been doing in the especially agribusiness sector in Nigeria. Last week, I also spoke to us about Niji Odorless Fufu. Yes, Niji Odorless Fufu. Reach out to us, either you want to buy for your own consumption, or you want to buy wholesale so you can also resell, or even for export purposes. Niji Odorless Fufu is available. Send us a message. Call us on 0816 111 2003 and would lead you in the right direction to their customer service. Before I leave you today, I'll also like to say that at O.O.K, we at the moment are aggregating cassava tubers, and we are also aggregating soya and corn. So if you have all of this for sale, please contact us. We would offtake them. And also, you are looking for your input to buy your input for this cultivation season, either it's your soya seed or corn seed or cassava stems. or your fertilizer or your agrochemicals, please reach out to us at O.O.K Farms, and we're your one-stop shop for all your agricultural problem. For those that has reached out to us that wants their organic shea butter and organic honey packaged in their own brand, we are working on it. And if you're not being contacted, please just bear with us. Someone from the production team would reach out to you shortly. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. Thank you.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, right network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're